know I do. That dog walking forecast is good to know always, as we do have Zeus being featured right now. This is sent in by Anthony. I appreciate this. It's going to be a great day for Zeus to get out there and walk. As we can see, lots of sunshine on tap for us. And look at that high temperature, 63 degrees. We will take that all day. 58 degrees by lunchtime and 9 o'clock walking, about 42 degrees. If you want to send me in the pics of the dogs, make sure you do. I'll even take the cats as well, as we will start to see some big changes in the forecast as we go through the next several days. So out the door this morning, we do have temperatures coming in the 20s and the 30s. Bottom line, we're pretty much above average this morning, and that's the way we'll stay as we go into the afternoon. We're going to get much warmer by the afternoon and a bit more gusty, as those winds gusting up to about 30 to 35 miles an hour before it's all said and done for today. We will have that southwesterly flow, so that's really going to pump in the milder conditions for today, and then we'll have more sunshine than what we had yesterday as well. So I'm bumping temperatures up a few degrees, and I would not be surprised if we actually headed to the mid-60s before it's all said and done. Satellite and radar, nice and quiet, calm, serene out there for today, but that's not going to last long. We do have some changes in the forecast. I'm going to show you those in a matter of moments. We are in the warm sector, and with that, we are going to have the numbers bump up, but we can see what's going on back off towards the west there. The upper Midwest dealing with a system bringing some snow, a little bit of a wintry mix, and some rain across that area. Well, that's going to be our weather. We're going to have an Arctic front drop in and really set the stage for that colder air. We'll have an area of low pressure stay more to the south and east of us, and with that, we're going to get some snow before it's all said and done. I'll show you how much we're talking in a matter of moments. But as we go into Saturday night, that's when we're starting to think that we're going to get some snow in here. We'll probably start out as rain and then switch over to snow. So you can see this going on around 11 o'clock midnight. And we're going to watch for the tracking. If it tracks more off to the west, then that would mean more snow for Baltimore. We can see that snow coming in here in the morning. So 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But then by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it looks really to be out of the area as this system will continue to pull away from us. But all in all, we are going to be talking about some very cold conditions, and that's going to lead to some icy concerns as well. In terms of how much, well, we're thinking about a trace to an inch back off to the north and west. Of course, that includes Baltimore at this time. South of Baltimore, east of Baltimore, we're looking about 1 to 2 inches of snow. So not a whole lot of snow with this. Again, if you're a snow lover, the fact that we're actually having temperatures that are so mild yesterday, today, even the day before that, and even as we go into your Saturday, that does not bode well for plenty of snow to really add up and accumulate. We're going to be watching for slick roads as we head into Sunday morning. So if you do have plans early in the morning, be aware of that. Maybe you're going to be headed to church services. Maybe you want to go out for that morning jog, that morning run. Just be on the lookout for some very slick roads and sidewalks, and then watch for the nighttime as a refreeze will occur as we go in through the night, overnight into your Monday morning. We are talking some very cold conditions. Look at this. So temperatures will drop down into the teens before it's all said and done. So Monday morning, that's what we're working with. And then we're going to be struggling to get over freezing as we head into your Monday. So that temperature coming in about 32 degrees there. And then we have temperatures still below average, but much higher than what we were on Monday as we head towards Tuesday. Bottom line, though, we will see plenty of sunshine as we go into the middle of next week. Temperatures will be above normal then, with that number coming in right around 50 degrees. And then we head towards Thursday. We will be nice and mild. Temperature coming in about 61 degrees. So we start you out in the 60s today, and next week we will end in the 60s. Make a night, Christian.
Okay, Lynette, thanks very much. 6:20 right now. A Republican state delegate who's running to be Maryland's next governor wants to impeach fellow Republican Governor Larry Hogan. On Thursday, Delegate Dan Cox introduced a resolution accusing the governor of malfeasance in office, theft of the people's liberty, and several abuses of power. Dan Cox has been endorsed in the governor's race by former President Donald Trump. Last year, Governor Hogan called Dan Cox a, quote, QAnon whack job. Hogan is supporting the Maryland Commerce Secretary, Kelly Schulz, in the race to become the Republican gubernatorial candidate.
Well, Maryland lawmakers are introducing new bills to support child care providers. They include grants to attract and retain providers, as well as expansion for some new facilities.
One of the best players in baseball's Negro Leagues grew up in Baltimore. Now there he is in a new bobblehead, Leon Day. grew up in Southwest Baltimore, joined the Baltimore Black Sox in 1934. At that time, African Americans could not play in the major or the minor leagues. Day was a second baseman and a pitcher for several teams before coming back to Baltimore in the 1940s to play with the Baltimore Elite Giants. Day was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1995. Bobblehead is online for $35.
It's a nice looking bobblehead.
That's pretty good.
All right. Well, fire crews in Baltimore City fighting yet another big fire at an abandoned building on Thursday. We're going to have an update on that story coming up in the next half hour.
Also this weekend, some people are going for a run in less than what you'd normally see on some of these folks. That's for a good cause. That's coming up 6:44. If you want to watch that one, 6:22 right now.
Good morning, Maryland. I'm Rebecca Thompson here at the Baltimore Humane Society, and I want to introduce you to Teak. She's 2 years old and a mixed breed, and Ryan is going to show you some of the things Teak can do.
Tiki. Yes, good girl.
How about that?
She's so smart.
If you're interested in adopting
quick,
her,
too.
you can check out our website at BeMoreHumane.org.
And thanks so much to the Baltimore Humane Society for that shout out and for letting us get to meet Teak.
Yeah, hopefully we can find her a good
Yeah.
home. And if you would like to say good morning, Maryland, you can send us your shout out to storyideas@WMAR.com. Well, this Sunday morning, you can watch Baltimore's #1 gospel program.
Grace and Glory right here on Maryland's first television station.
Physically, our children are breaking chains. They're shooting guns and breaking chains. They're shooting at police officers. They're breaking chains. They're doing ungodly things in godly places. They're breaking chains. There is nothing that can hold people back on the outside, but what's holding them back is what's on the inside.
That's Bishop Dante Hickman of Southern Baptist Church in East Baltimore. This Sunday, his sermon is called Break Free, Grace and Glory. Is hosted by the Reverend Lee Michaels. You can watch right here on Channel 2 every Sunday morning starting at 7 o'clock. It is 6:26 right now. Inflation impacting all kinds of products, including flowers for Valentine's Day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, get ready for another day in the 60s. Is it February? I'm starting to question that. Snow is on the way, though, this weekend, so we got 60s and snow. Lynette has all those details in her Super 7-day forecast.
You're watching the station that's working for you, WMAR 2 News. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
Another large fire at a vacant building in Baltimore this morning. Firefighters are calling for more action from city leaders.
This weekend is the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to have our picks for you coming up.
And the Ravens sure wish they were going to be playing in the Super Bowl this weekend, but they got to celebrate Justin Tucker one more time this season.
We watched that several times today, and it's still
never
fun.
gets old.
I think we get to watch it again here this half hour. 6:30 right now, Friday morning, February the 11th. Good morning, Maryland. I'm Christian Schaefer.
And I'm Megan Knight alongside Chief Meteorologist Lynette Charles, and get ready for the roller coaster of a forecast.
I know. Yeah, so we are definitely dealing with temperatures that are really going to warm up as we go into the afternoon. But this morning, oh yeah, we're starting out with temperatures that are on the cold side. So that's why I keep on saying layer, 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 and you can take those layers off as we go into the afternoon. But beforehand, we are starting with temperatures in the 20s and the 30s. We're headed to about 63 degrees before it's all said and done today. It is going to be a great day to do anything outside at this point. So just planning the rest of today, we can see that these temperatures are going to be on the mild side. So as we go into about 10 o'clock, we're going to see lots of sunshine this morning. We'll do it all over again as we head towards lunchtime. Temperature about 60 degrees as we head towards 1 o'clock. And then coming home from work this afternoon, 57 degrees at 5 o'clock. So again, it's just going to be a wonderful day. We'll do 60s again as we head towards tomorrow. As we move into your tomorrow, lots going on. You get out there, you can maybe do your jog, maybe that walk. It is going to be another great day to do this, and do it because we will start to see the changes in the forecast as we go into Saturday afternoon, evening time frame. We'll start to bring in a few more clouds out there, setting us up for what's going to be happening as we head into your Sunday. That's when we do have some snow in the forecast. So if you do have those Super Bowl parties going on, it's a good thing that we're going to stay inside for for that because it is going to be quite cold out there. Mega night, Christian.
Okay, Lynette, thanks very much. Lauren's still on maternity leave. We've had Liz Drabick in for us past few weeks, but she's off today as well. It's been a pretty quiet morning on the roads, though, so far. That's a look at the tunnels here at 6:30, moving right along in both directions. We'll let you know if there's any issues here in the final half hour of Good Morning Maryland. This morning, there's still no word on the cause of another fire at a vacant building in Baltimore City. Dozens of fire crews responded to that fire, which broke out yesterday morning around 9 o'clock. This is in Southwest Baltimore, a commercial building. It used to be the Eigenbrot Brewery, which actually closed back when Prohibition started, 1920. It had a couple other uses since then, but now it has been vacant for decades, and it's a large building. Smoke could be seen for miles. It took more than 2 hours to get that fire out. Now, unlike last month's deadly fire on South Stricker Street, fire crews chose to fight this one only from the outside. They are still waiting for a long-term solution to the issue of vacant buildings in Baltimore.
It's going to take a lot of cooperation between all the city agencies involved. Putting together a master plan on how to address these. Funding is going to have to come somewhere, but there's also other resources available as far as just identifying these buildings with these problems.
Shortly after the fire that killed those 3 firefighters last month, Mayor Brandon Scott announced a 30-day review of the role that all city agencies play in the problem of having so many vacant buildings around the city. This is the 11th day of that 30-day review. And here, there's still been no arrest in that fire on Stricker Street that killed those 3 firefighters last month. The ATF did release a photo of the man they're calling a person of interest in that fire. People who live in the area tell WMAR2 News they've seen that man around since that fire, but so far no arrests have been made. That's the photo right there. There's a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Now, the scene of the fire on South Stricker Street, only about a mile away from yesterday's big fire at the warehouse on Willard Street in Southwest Baltimore. We have much more on the issues with the thousands of vacant homes in Baltimore City on our website, WMAR2news.com.
It is 6:33, and coronavirus numbers are continuing to fall in our state, which is why the governor has now called for an end to masking in public schools. But in Howard County, the masks are staying on, at least for now. WMAR2 News' Mark Roper is live in Ellicott City for us this morning outside the Board of Education building with Mark. More on the board's decision.
Good morning, Megan. You know, even though Howard County meets the criteria for removing masks in schools right now, the school board decided to keep those masks on for now, at least until Howard County sees 14 consecutive days of moderate or low transmission rates. The parents held a protest calling for the end of masks in schools outside the Howard County Board of Education meeting last night. Now, parents and students believe it should be their choice to wear the mask or not. Parents here in Howard County say it doesn't make sense that kids have to wear masks in schools, especially since there's not a mask mandate for the entire county. In December, the State Board of Education voted on what conditions had to be met before a school system could end its mandate, and those off-ramps for masks are if 80% of the people in a county are vaccinated or if 80% of all students or staff at a school are vaccinated. But despite meeting one of the requirements, Howard County's 85% vaccination rate, the board has decided to keep the mandate in place until the county has 14 consecutive days of moderate or low transmission rates. Now, Howard County is also the only county in our area which meets the vaccination criteria, and it's why some parents and students were demanding the school board drop its mask mandate.
As a parent, it's tough when this is the only place our child has to wear a mask. All through the state of Maryland, the mask mandate has been lifted, so essentially the only place kids are wearing masks are in school.
Now, the state board meets monthly to discuss COVID metrics and the effect on schools. The next meeting is scheduled for February 22nd, and they plan to bring up the topic of masks in schools. Reporting live in Ellicott City, Mark Roper, WMAR2 News.
Okay, we'll continue to follow that story, Mark. Thanks very much. 6:34 right now. There is a shortage of blood all over the country.
Yeah, up next, Aaron McPherson introduces you to 2 girls who rely on those donations just to stay alive. Plus,
I'm John Matarese. Like everything else, the price of Valentine's Day flowers is up this year. I'll show you how to save on that special gift coming up.
Hi, welcome back. It is 6:38, and there is a worldwide registry that's used to find donors for people who have life-threatening blood diseases.
It's called Be the Match, and this morning there's twin teenage girls from our area who really could use your help. WMAR2 News' Aaron McPherson is live right now at the Red Cross with more on that. So, Aaron, first of all, what can you tell us about those 2 girls?
Well, Sophia and Olivia are 14 years old, twins. They were diagnosed with something called diamond black fan anemia when they were just babies. So they are used to going to the hospital weekly to get pricked, to get blood drawn, to get blood transfusions. So they rely on blood donations to be able to survive. And now they're hoping to make that not part of their regular routine. Now, diamond black fan anemia essentially means they can't produce red blood cells like we can. So they need to get blood transfusions every 2.5 weeks and blood tests every other week. They're still very active teenagers, but they can tell when it's time for another transfusion.
My headaches got really bad, and they started like one day and then they come back the next day. And I have it during the night and during school, which wasn't really good because I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes I'll get tired. Yeah. Usually it's tired, and when I'm playing outside or walking, I can feel myself going kind of slow.
Now, they've been doing really well with these transfusions for the last 14 years, but hit a bump in the road in the fall. The transfusions are taking a toll on their kidneys. And doctors tried a steroid treatment, but it didn't work. And the only cure is a stem cell transplant through Be the Match. Now, you can register online for Be the Match. You can head over to our website, WMAR2news.com, or you can text CURE-LIVE-SOF to 61474. It is a simple process. It takes a few minutes to register online. They send you a little kit in the mail. You swab your mouth, you send it back, and you could potentially save a life if you are a match. Now, to learn more about this, just head over to our website. For now, we're live. Erin McPherson, WMAR 2 News.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much for that. I hope they get a good turnout there as well. And a former Ravens player says he was hiding from the Russian mafia. Now he's going to serve time in prison. That story's coming up.
And it's going to be great weather, excuse me, to go for a run this weekend. Maybe doing it in your skivvies.
Oh boy.
We have details on Cupid's Undie run after the break. Welcome back to Good Morning Maryland. Time now is 6:42, and that is M&T Bank Stadium all lit up in blue this morning. And this is in honor of Healthcare Heroes Week that is going on right now in Maryland.
Nice looking shot right there.
Looks festive. All right, taking a look at some of your top stories this morning. The Biden administration has urged Canada's Prime Minister to use federal powers to end the blockade of trucks along the U.S. border with Canada. That convoy has been blocking the Ambassador Bridge, which connects Detroit with Windsor, Ontario. It was organized by truckers who were protesting COVID-19 restrictions and vaccine requirements. A memo from the Department of Homeland Security says that truckers may also try to block roads around the stadium in Los Angeles ahead of the Super Bowl this Sunday.
A former Baltimore Ravens been sentenced to 16 years in prison. Justin Bannett found guilty of attempted murder and assault after a shooting in Colorado in 2019. Bannett played in the NFL for 12 years. After the shooting, he told police he was hiding from the Russian mafia in an acupuncturist treatment room. When a woman walked in, Bannett shot her. That woman survived. She's filed a civil lawsuit against Justin Bannett.
Well, it's almost Valentine's Day, which means it's also time for the return of the Cupid's Undie Run in Baltimore. Yes, you run in your skivvies. The event was virtual last year, but tomorrow you can head to Lucky's Tavern in person at Power Plant Live in your underwear. $50 to run. You don't have to wear. You can wear full clothes if you want to. But all the proceeds are going to go to those impacted by neurofibromatosis, which is a genetic disorder that affects 1 in every 3,000 births.
Yeah, there's different types of underwear out there.
That's right. Get creative, but not too creative.
Long johns. It is 6:44 right now. Inflation is impacting a lot of products, even the flowers you might want to buy for Valentine's Day.
Uh-oh. Consumer reporter John Mattery says some ways you can save so you don't waste your money.
I would appreciate that. We just
Adrian Gerber Florist.
The phones have been ringing nonstop at florists all week.
What is a good phone number for you?
But many romantics this year are getting a case of sticker shock when they find out the price of roses.
Prices are a little higher. People are having trouble getting employees, getting people to work like every other business. So the prices are going to be a little higher.
A dozen long stem red roses arranged in a vase are now up to $99 at many florists, $50 to $70 even in the grocery store. Floral manager Jackie Cheshire, though, says stores are working hard this Valentine's Day to offer more affordable arrangements, often using other flowers besides roses.
Beautiful delphinium, and look at this. We have the blue hydrangeas along with orchids. So we'll have a very nice assortment of flowers.
Now, if you have your heart set on roses, but the price of long stems are giving you sticker shock, Jackie says consider smaller, what are known as spray roses. They're often half the price. You'll find small roses for less than $25 a dozen some places, but many shoppers still want those long stem reds.
That's the classic, and they don't want to change from it.
So Jackie says you may be able to save money on them having them delivered on Saturday instead of Valentine's Day, or simply picking them up yourself. Matt Robinson's doing that because his anniversary and Valentine's Day fall at the same time.
My anniversary's tomorrow, so I'm picking up flowers today for that this afternoon.
So consider mixed flowers and maybe deliver them yourself, and that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
What a nice gesture by that guy, going in to get the flowers. Get them a little early.
Yeah,
If
or
that's
chocolate.
Well,
I'd
that's
rather have
always
chocolate
an
than
option,
flowers
too.
personally, but
I like
that's just me.
yellow roses or like the orange roses, not necessarily the red ones.
Yeah, those are pretty too.
Yeah, but I'll take chocolate all day.
My wife's always been a bigger fan of tulips than roses.
Tulips are nice, yeah.
Can
There you
try
go.
those as
Just
well. I'm
get
not sure if they're
creative.
cheaper or not than the other ones, but I doubt it.
Well, gosh, tulips make me think of spring, and certainly this weather makes me think of spring.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, we are definitely going to be dealing with some mild conditions once again as we get into the afternoon. Don't think you're going to open the door this morning and bam,
Yeah,
like, no,
that's
that's
true.
not
Good
happening. We are cold out there, but that dog walking forecast will warm you up. Look at Diva, the basset hound, so cute. And if you, this is where the word puppy dog eyes comes from, the saying, because you can see, look, she's so cute. Thank you so much, Lily, for sending this in. Send me in those dog walking forecast pictures, as we are definitely going to be dealing with lots of sunshine for today. And you can send those to